Alright, so we're gonna go ahead. This is, if you'll notice, rather than having 2 variables, now we have 3 variables. Okay?
No.
Now we are going, it's gonna be a very similar technique than what we've done. We're not gonna do anything new. It's just a more complicated way of what we've already done. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 2 of these equations, it doesn't matter which 2, and we're gonna use elimination to eliminate out one of the variables.
Wait, so are we doing the z-axis now?
Okay, no, but we're not graphing anything.
Okay.
But yes, you are right. These actually would graph lines on your 3-dimensional axis, okay? Then we'll take 2 other equations and we will eliminate out the exact same variable that we already eliminated out of the first 2 equations. Okay, so I don't know let's pick 1 and 2, okay? So we're gonna do that equation. So I have, and I'm gonna try and color code here. Can y'all see that?
Yep.
Yes. I'm still confused about the z.
Okay, hold on. All right, Colin. Look at that. You choose which variable you want to eliminate out. Now we're using elimination to eliminate this variable out. Totally up to you. There's not a right or wrong answer.
Let's pick one of those. Let's
Make a decision. X, Y, or Z.
let's do x.
Okay, let's do X. Okay, good decision. Okay, so I'm gonna take, remember to do elimination, I want these to have the same number in front of it, but one of them to have an opposite sign, okay? So I'm gonna multiply that first one times -2, okay? And I'm gonna bring it over here, so I have a -2x plus -4y plus 6z equals -100. I've got to multiply everything by the -2. And I'm going to bring this one just over. 2x plus y plus 2z equals 3. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to add it. Okay, that eliminates out. This is -3y plus 8z equals -97. Okay, and I'm going to circle that because I'm going to come back to it. Okay, now I'm going to choose any 2 other equations. I can do the second one and the third one. I can do the first one and the second one. It doesn't matter as long as it's not the first and the second because I already used that. So let's do the second and the third. And so I have 2x plus y plus 2z equals 3, and I have 2x minus 5y plus 4z equals -79. What am I going to have to do to eliminate? Now I already chose to eliminate out the x on that, so I must eliminate out the x on this one. Okay, so I'm going to multiply one of them by a negative. Doesn't matter which one. I'll multiply the top one by negative. So I have a -2x plus -y, I can't do it without blocking it, plus -2z equals -3, and then I'm going to bring this one over, 2x minus 5y plus 4z equals -79, okay? Then I'm going to add. The x should go away if I've done this right. So then I have a -6y plus 2z equals -82, and I'm going to circle that one. Now I'm going to put these 2 together. These 2 that I just got, because now these only have 2 variables in them, okay? So, and this cannot be done on the calculator, okay? You're going to have to do it by hand. Now you can do the normal math on the calculator. So I'm putting those 2 equations together. Let's put it in black. So I have a -3y plus 8z equals -97. If you make a careless mistake on this, you are cooked, okay? If you get up and go to the bathroom in the middle of doing one of these, you are cooked, okay? You must stay and focus in on it. All right, so I have have negative 6y plus 2z equals negative 82. Now I'm going to have to choose whether to eliminate out the y or the z. Doesn't matter again. Bella, choose.
The y.
The y. Okay, what you want to multiply? You want to multiply the top one by negative 2 then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, and I would very strongly recommend when you get to something like the 2 times the 97, you should calculate it for it, even though you can probably do it by hand, but don't make a careless mistake on it. So you have 6y plus negative 16z equals what? Anybody do it?
194.
What is it, 194?
Or, well, yeah.
Okay. This one I'm going to bring straight over. And then I'm going to add. Notice the y goes away. So now I've got negative 14z equals, on this side I'm going to have positive 1, 1, 2. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Now, how am I going to solve for the z? Divide by negative 14. So somebody do that for me?
Negative 8.
Yep.
Z is equal to negative 8?
Yep.
Okay. So my goal is to find x, y, and z. I've got z, negative 8.
That was just the first.
That was just the first thing. Okay. Now, listen. Okay, I'm telling you that, well, I told you, not for the faint of heart. Okay? But to find another one, see these two circled here? They have a z and a y. So I can plug it into either one of those and solve for the y, because I know what z is. So I can take, let's take this one. Okay, so I have negative 6y plus 2 times, rather than writing the z, I write negative 8 is equal to negative 82. So I have negative 6y plus negative 16 equals negative 82. I'm going to add 16. Somebody tell me what negative 82 plus positive 16 is. I don't trust my math today.
Oh.
Do it on your
my.
calculator.
Nope.
Negative 66.
Negative 66.
Yep.
So then when I divide, I'm going to get a positive 11, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I've got y. Now I've got z and y. I can go back to any one of these original equations, plug in the two values I know, and find the x value. Okay.
What's the first one?
I can plug in any of these three because I've got the y and I've got the z. So let's do the first one. I've got x plus 2 times what is y equal to? 11 minus 3 times what is z equal to? Negative 8 equals 50. So I've got x plus 22 plus 24 equals 50. X plus 46 equals 50 as I write a 40. So x is equal to,
That's time consuming.
okay?
Start with 3 in homework.
Yeah, you're about right. Okay, now, how would you know if you got it right?
You don't.
Plug everything back in.
No.
Bella, you're right. Okay, if you want to take the time to make sure you got it right, you would take these three and it would have to work in this one, and this one. Because what you're doing is you're saying when I take these three-dimensional lines and intersect, they intersect at this point. 4, 11, negative 8.
Why didn't you know
That's
that?
what you're saying. Here, you can make the worst careless mistakes on this. And if you make a careless mistake up here, the rest of the problem's done.
Why would
Okay,
know
you
that?
have got to be so careful and so organized. Those of you that are used to organizing your paper, this is something that you're going to be good at. Those of you that have chicken scratch all over your paper, you're going to be in trouble.
Sorry.
Okay? All right. The concept you get, right? It's not too bad of a concept.
No.
Okay. Now, you don't always have to go through all of those steps because sometimes you might just have two variables here. sometimes they might even tell you y equals something. So we're gonna do another one. We're just gonna keep going and doing these problems, and I mean, it's nothing new. I mean, you know how to do all that stuff.
Do Kramer's rule on this.
Kramer's rule won't work because there's 3. Now, I am going to teach you in the next chapter how to solve these with matrices, which you can put them in your calculator, and then one little thing you can get it to solve.
Kramer's rule. There's a
It'd
5.
be nice to know that now.
No.
Is it faster to do it in your calculator?
Oh, yeah.
There's,
It's going to be
there's,
faster.
oh mine.
Okay, what if I have something like this?
If we multiply everything through by 0.
There's a lonely 5.
I say that we just guess at the numbers for X, Y, Z, so we don't have to get through all of that. And maybe you'll get it
There's
right.
a
Well,
lonely
I got a
5.
pretty sure, pretty
It's a
good
lonely
chance I
5.
can guess it whether you'll get it right or not.
What's the lonely
There's a
5?
lonely 5 on the right side of the board.
It's
Okay,
lonely.
once I get over there, I'll erase it.
He looks sad.
He looks depressed.
Are y'all
There's
channeling
also,
Nathan
there's also
right
a
now?
spot on.
How do you know
It's
it's
always saying the
outside?
same thing on the camera.
It's
Look, look,
sideways.
Wipe it.
Wait, what is,
It's like a
I was talking to
mountain
her.
peak. What?
wait, what side is?
Alright,
The 5.
What are we talking about?
There's a 5 on the board. And what
Oh.
is that?
On the right side, yeah.
It's an
Y'all
N.
are really weird about that kind of stuff.
okay, so I have these 3 problems up here, okay? Notice I don't have X, Y, and Z in all of them. You see that?
Why?
0x.
So this makes life way easier. I could do 0x if I want to go through the headache of going through it. But you know, I'm like, well, I've already eliminated X out of these 2. So why not just put these 2 together and solve for either the Y or the Z? Okay, so you got to be on top of it, okay? But you can always use 0x if you want to and do it the long way. So I'm going to use 4y minus 3z equals 1, and I'm going to go y plus 5z equals 6. I need to eliminate out either the y or the z. What you want to do?
Why?
Y. So let's multiply this bottom by -4. Okay, y'all with me? Okay,
I just solved it.
good.
I got it.
What about substitution on this?
You could if you wanted to.
No.
You're probably the only one in here that might
No.
want to.
So if you did it by substitution, you just solve, like make one your key and then use it in the other 2?
It really doesn't work well with substitution, I'll be honest with you. Okay, I would not recommend it, all right?
Call it.
So this is going to give me a negative 23z equals negative 23. So what is z gonna equal?
1.
1. Okay, so x, y, z equals 1. How am I gonna find something else?
Plug it back in.
Plug it back into one of these 2.
You can't
Because
do one
these
of
2 just have the z and the y, so I can solve for y if I plug it back into one of them.
Can you plug it into one of the other ones, like those 2?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can plug it into either one of them. Okay, so I'm gonna come back here, and I got 4y minus 3 times 1 equals 1, so I have 4y minus 3 equals 1, 4y equals 4. You can see if you can't solve for a variable, you're gonna be in trouble. So y is equal to 1. Now what?
Plug it all back in.
To this
That
one. Because this is the only one that's got the x in it. So I've got x plus 2 times 1 plus 1 equals 4. So x plus 3 equals 4, x equals 1.
I like that.
Okay?
1.
Like I said, some of you, I mean, it's very organized, it's very distinct. Now, the only problem, so far we've done 2 that have all had whole numbers. They don't always come out whole.
No.
Okay, I'm just gonna tell you that. Okay, now a lot of them will. And I will try, even on the test, I think I'll tell you how many come out whole and how many don't. So that if you totally mess it up and you get a fraction you're not supposed to, you regroup, okay, before you might waste a lot of time. Okay, let's do another one.
Right? Is the test on Thursday or?
We'll see. I'm not sure yet. It's really just gonna depend. obviously we're gonna be leaving, that's, my goal is that it is. This is normally a 2-day,
2 week.
no, not a 2-week, but this is normally a 2-day, exercise, if you will, cause it's hard. I mean, it makes
It's
you
just like
use
a
your
lot
brain.
of stuff on your paper.
I have a question. Do we usually get off like the week of Thanksgiving?
Yes, you will get off the week of
Okay.
Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah,
I want
Yeah,
to
my
go to
parents
fish.
during the week. But we always do the turkey trot, and we're gonna be out of town, which I'm
Go
always
bear
sad.
hunting.
I wanted to do the turkey
But
trot.
where do you go?
Duncan Spartan then.
Oh,
One bear hunting,
Where you go bear hunting?
Pennsylvania.
Bear hunting?
Yeah, we're gonna go bear
Okay.
hunting. I'm
All
gonna
right,
sacrifice
look
Holly.
at those.
They look
Okay, now
good.
understand, your X, your Y, and your Z, it's one number that you're looking for. In other words, there's one X, there's one Y, and there's one Z that work in all of
Can
them.
we do this one?
So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Go ahead, because this one's easier. Okay, go ahead and try it.
I'll try it. I'm not gonna like it.
And they do come out whole numbers, okay? If you get something that isn't a whole number, you've messed up.
We're special.
I guess.
All this stuff.
And there's always people in every class that really, really like this. And that's, you've got the organization of it. It makes logical sense to you.
No.
Can you help me?
And it doesn't make logical sense to Joseph.
Yes.
I got it. I don't know if it's right.
You got it.
Yeah.
What?
Okay, so
I
let's
just
start.
wrote it
Okay.
down.
It's all gonna depend on the equations as to where you start. Because if you look in this equation, can I solve for the Z easily?
Yes.
Yes, what would I need to do?
Divide by 4.
Divide by 3.
Right, I know, the answer's 4.
Right. Oops.
What's the answer?
Okay, so I've already got that. Okay? Now this one just has the Y and the Z, so I can just plug in like that and solve for the Y. So this one is a 3Y minus 4 is number 1, and I add 4 to both sides. Right? Right? Okay, now I already got 2. So then I would take these 2 and plug it back in that equation and solve for the X.
So, okay, so this is gonna be 4, and that Y's gonna be 1.
Yeah. And just work the equation out.
Is this the answer to it?
Nope.
What is that? Z.
No? Okay. All right. Can you two listen together? Okay. All right, go ahead and write the equations down. Okay, and if you'll notice, this is a little different than some of the other ones that we've done. We'll let Elena get the equation written.
Oh, right.
I probably should have put this on. Don't let me forget to start this back up.
Okay, so